Hello everyone. If you are a domestic manufacturer in India and your product doesn't have a BIS license or the ISI mark, your business could be operating illegally. Hundreds of products are now mandatory under the quality control orders of the BIS. Manufacturing or selling without a license can lead to heavy penalties, product seizures, and even imprisonment. Today, I am giving you the complete, updated, practical, step-by-step guide for how you can get your BIS license through the online BIS portal, and what are the documents you need, how much it costs, how long does it take, and the common mistakes that most of the manufacturers make while applying for the BIS license. Watch till the end so that your business will become legally strong, and let's get started. What is BIS and why it matters to the domestic manufacturers? BIS stands for Bureau of Indian Standards, India's national standard body. The ISI mark is the symbol of quality, safety and reliability. For domestic manufacturers, if your product falls under any of the quality control orders, a mandatory BIS license is required. For example, the product could be cement, TMT bars, steel products, pressure cookers, electric water heaters, LED lights, pumps, transformers, toys, cables, and many more of the household appliances. What are the key benefits of having the BIS ISI license? It gives you the legal permissions to sell across India, and it is a document which is eligible for government and PSU tenders, higher consumer trust, and premium pricing, a strong brand value. What are the risks for a manufacturer who doesn't have the BIS license? You can face fine and even possibly imprisonment. Nowadays, the BIS office conducts surveillance regularly, so you can avoid the fine and the imprisonment if you have the BIS certification. What are the types of BIS certification for Indian manufacturers? The first is Scheme 1, ISI mark, which is a product certification. And this is most common for general products, and this requires factory inspection and testing. Then Scheme 2, CRS, Compulsory Registration Scheme. This is majorly for electronic products and IT products. For example, mobile, laptop, charger, LED drive, smart TVs and so on. You only need a lab test report, and it is self-declaration based license. Then there is something called Scheme X for industrial machineries, certain electrical equipments like pump, compressor, crane, switch gear. There is a strict norm, and which will be in full enforcement from September 2026. The first step is to find your product's IS code and the applicable scheme. Check the official list of products under the bis.gov.in website. You can go to the products under compulsory certification and look for the product, whether your product falls under the compulsory certification. Then the most important part is to prepare for the application. 70% of your success in the BIS certification depends on the proper preparation of your documents. You must have a proper document for your manufacturing unit, certificate of incorporation or proprietorship related documents, GST, MSME certificate, factory license, and so on. Then the manufacturing process that is exactly following the relevant Indian standard. An in-house lab to set up according to the scheme of testing and inspection by the BIS, or outsourced lab details. Then the calibrated testing equipments that are used to test the quality, and also the qualified technical staff details. A basic quality management system which is in place in your factory. Here the tip is, the BIS provides the product manual and the scheme of testing and inspection after you apply for your license. Just follow those exact requirements, then you are ready to proceed further. What are the complete step-by-step procedure for scheme 1, the ISI mark for domestic manufacturer? Step number 1 is identify your correct Indian standard, the respective IS code. Confirm that the exact IS number matches your product, and you can do this by visiting the website, BIS website, or even talking to a consultant. Step number 2, register your application on the portal, on the BIS portal, which is www.manakonline.in, and enter your company details, GST, PAN, the authorized signatory. Once you get the verification done, your account is created. Step number 3, prepare all the documents that are required to submit. I'll give you the list of documents. Here on the screen you can see them visually. The mandatory documents are a completed application form, proof of manufacturing unit, the certificate of incorporation, GST certificate, Udyam registration certificate, factory license, the factory layout plan, the manufacturing process flowchart, the list of machineries and the equipments which are used in the production, the raw materials which are sourced and their specification, list of testing equipments with their valid calibration certificates, the details of technical and the quality control staff, their qualification and the experience documents, in-house test report if you have any, required undertakings and the declarations by the manufacturer, the authorization letter if the owner is authorizing somebody else as an authorized representative, then the application fees paid receipt. Step number 4, submit the online application. You can go to the website, select apply for the grant of license, choose this particular scheme, fill all the details, upload the documents and pay the application fees of rupees 1000. You will receive an application number. Step number 5, document scrutiny by the BIS. BIS, once they receive the application, they will review the documents, respond to any particular query that are raised by them, and this will avoid the delays. And then comes the next stage, step number 6, factory inspection. A BIS officer will visit your factory. Usually 1 or 2 days they will come, they will verify the manufacturing process, and they will check our in-house laboratory, and they will witness the testing on the running production, and they will take a sample from the production and they will send it to the lab for testing. The inspection fees will be approximately about 7,000 rupees per man day, which is payable by the manufacturer. Step number 7, the product testing. The sealed sample are sent to the BIS recognized lab for testing. So we as a manufacturer have to pay for the testing, and it depends on product to product. The fees will vary. The timeline for testing also will vary. Step number 8, the grant of license. If everything is approved, you will receive the BIS license with the CML number, and this CML number you can now legally apply as the ISI mark on your product in the correct format as prescribed by the BIS. The validity of the BIS license is usually 1 to 2 years at first and can be renewed up to 5 years. And there are 2 options called normal and simplified procedure. The normal procedure, if you choose, it is about 60 to 90 days. BIS will take the samples during the inspection, and the simplified procedure is around 30 days. And we have to submit the test report from the BIS approved lab and then submit the application along with the lab report. This means you will get your license much faster. If your product is easy to transport, a lab is available, just go for the simplified procedure. What are the cost and the timeline? The approximate initial cost for scheme 1 is the application fees of 1000 rupees, the inspection charges of about 7000 rupees per day, the testing charges which varies with respect to the product, between 10,000 to 60,000 and above, annual license fees of 1,000 rupees. Then there is a minimum marking fees as per the product. So in total, the first time cost for a license can be up from 25,000 to 1.5 lakh or even more, depends on the product complexity. What are the timelines? 30 to 90 days. If all the documents are properly maintained and there is no delay in the scrutiny, then you can expect your license in 30 to 90 days. What are the common mistakes that we must avoid? Don't submit incomplete documents. If you don't have a proper in-house laboratory, or applying as a trader where you are actually a manufacturer, and also you are not following the SIT requirements. The pro tip here is hire an experienced consultant for you in the first time when you file the application. It saves your time and your money. Do a full dry run before the inspection. Maintain all the records properly for future surveillance audits, and regularly check your application status on the portal. And what to do after getting the license? Apply the ISI mark correctly with your CML number visible. Maintain the records as per the scheme of testing and inspection, and prepare for annual surveillance inspection by the BIS team, and renew your license even before the expiry. Stay ready for the market and sample checks which are done by the BIS from the market. So there you have it, the complete practical guide for getting your BIS license for a domestic manufacturer in India. The quick summary here is: check your product's IS code first, register on the BIS portal, prepare the documents and in-house lab, submit the application, complete the inspection and testing, then get your license. And after you get your license, maintain the compliances which are regulated by the BIS. And once you have everything ready, your business is now ready to grow legally and confidently. If you enjoy this video, please like, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so that you don't miss any future compliances videos. Drop a comment with your product name and IS code if you know. I'll try to reply you personally if you have any particular query with regards to the BIS application. All the official links with respect to the BIS are in the description below. See you in the next video. Keep manufacturing successfully and legally.